In the mist-shrouded mountains of Eldoria, where ancient trees whispered secrets and rivers flowed with the clarity of crystal, there lived the last of the great dragons. His name was Soltar, a creature of immense power and wisdom, with scales that shimmered like molten gold in the sunlight. Soltar was not just any dragon, he possessed the rare ability to command lightning, a gift that made him both revered and feared throughout the land. Soltar's keeper, a young man named Elias, was the last in a long line of dragon protectors. The bond between them was forged in fire and battle, a connection that transcended mere companionship. Elias had been raised in the dragon's shadow, learning the ancient ways of the keepers, a dying tradition passed down through generations. With his dark hair and sharp green eyes, Elias was a fierce warrior, but it was his loyalty and compassion that made him truly worthy of being Soltar's keeper. However, in the dark corners of Eldoria, not all looked kindly upon the power that Elias and Soltar shared. The wicked witch Morwenna, a being as ancient as the mountains themselves, coveted Soltar's power. Morwenna had once been a sorceress of great renown, but her heart had grown black with envy and greed. She sought the dragon's lightning to enhance her dark magic and conquer the realms of Eldoria. For years, Morwenna had searched for Soltar, casting spells and sending her minions to scour the land. But Elias had always been one step ahead, using his knowledge of the mountains to evade capture. Yet, the witch's power was growing, and her patience was running thin. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of crimson and gold, Elias felt a chill run down his spine. The air crackled with a foreboding energy, when Soltar, usually calm and composed, shifted restlessly. "She is close," Soltar rumbled, his voice like thunder in the distance. Elias nodded, his hand instinctively reaching for the hilt of his sword. "We must be ready," he replied, his voice steady despite the fear gnawing at his heart. As night fell, the shadows deepened, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. Suddenly, a flash of dark energy illuminated the sky, and Morwenna appeared, cloaked in swirling darkness. Her eyes gleamed with malevolent intent as she raised her hands, summoning a storm of black lightning. "Give me the dragon, and I will spare your life," she hissed, her voice cold and venomous. Elias stood his ground, his sword drawn, the blade glowing faintly in the dark. "You will have to go through me first," he declared, his voice unwavering. Morwenna sneered, and with a flick of her wrist, she sent a bolt of dark energy hurtling toward Elias. But Soltar was faster, leaping into the air and releasing a roar that shook the earth. Lightning crackled around him as he unleashed a torrent of raw energy, meeting Morwenna's attack head-on. The clash of power was blinding, and for a moment it seemed as though the very fabric of reality would tear apart. But Soltar's lightning was pure and true, forged from the ancient magic of Eldoria itself. It cut through Morwenna's dark energy, striking her with a force that sent her crashing to the ground. Elias rushed to Soltar's side, his heart pounding. The dragon was weary, his energy drained from the battle. Morwenna, weakened but not defeated, glared at them, hatred burning in her eyes. "This is not over," she spat, before vanishing into the shadows.